Anin Kiruaya, Nigichinendam Gibajayan Gibawachanguk. It's an honor to be here tonight visiting with all of you. The last time that I was in this room in Mississauga, Anishinaabe territory, I was part of an Indigenous writers gathering that Cherie organized. And at the beginning of the gathering, we were honoring Thomas King and Lee Miracle, two of our genius elder writer artists. And they came dancing down the aisle to powwow music. And it was a very, very moving evening for us, and I'm really grateful for Cherie and her team for putting it together, because it was the first time that the Indigenous writing community had come together and were able to honor our writers that created this wonderful community that I've grown up in and am now a part of. And in addition to writing, that generation of writers edited, they taught, they built this community for us without recognition, without nomination and awards, and without remuneration. And so I'm forever grateful for that generation of writers and for the path that they have blazed for us, and it's an honor to be creating in their wake. And when they see the marrow thieves racking up those awards, their hearts just burst. This story is called Big Water. It's about Lake Ontario. The Anishinaabe call Lake Ontario Chinabish, which means big water, and it takes place here in Gitche-on-Gikewin, or Toronto. I'm lying in bed with my legs entangled in inquests. My chest is against the precious thin skin on her back, and my arms hold her warm brown. I'm shallow breathing at her atlas, and I'm imagining us lying in smoky calm on cedar boughs instead of in this damp on Oakwood Avenue. I wish I could fall asleep like this with her so close, but I'm too nervous when nice happens, and I get more anxious than normal. I'm worrying that my breath is too moist on the back of her neck and that it feels gross for her, maybe so gross that it will wake her up. So I roll over and check my phone, just in case. There are 8 new notifications from Signal, all from Nabish. She just made me switch from iMessages to Threema to Signal because Edward Snowden tweeted that Signal is the safest texting app, mostly because the code is open source and has been independently verified. I wonder if she knows what code and open source mean, but if anyone can be trusted about these things, my money's on Snowden. Also, I have no idea why she cares about internet security, but she clearly does. I have to look at my iPhone every 4 minutes so I don't miss anything, because I can't get the sound notifications to work on this app, even though I've Googled it. To be honest, this isn't actually that big of a problem, because I look at my beloved screen every 4 minutes, whether or not the sound notifications are on. We all do, and we lie about it. Nabish wants to know where I am, why I'm not up yet, and why I'm not texting her back, and she'd like my opinion on the stories in the Toronto Star and Vice this morning about the flood. Are they getting it? Is the second last text. The last text is another, where are you, for fuck's sakes? Nabish is mad at me for making her text instead of doing things the old way, and she's right. And I promised it's just a tool and that we'll still do things the right way once the crisis is over. She typed in promise in all caps like she was yelling. I texted back, of course, like she was insane for thinking otherwise. Kwe texts me, of course, when she wants me to think I'm insane for thinking otherwise, too. I get dressed, take the bus, and then the subway to headquarters. Headquarters is high up, like Anishinaabe Mount Olympus, so we can see Lake Ontario out the window. Only I call it headquarters. Really, it's just a condo at Yonge and Dundas. We call the lake Chinabish, which on one hand means big water, and in another way, it's a reference to a brilliant peacemaker we share with the Mohawks. I call her Nabish for short, and I'm the one that got her the iPhone and taught her how to text. I look out the south-facing window of the condo, and I see her dense blue. She is full, too full, And she's tipsy from the birth control pills, the plastic, the sewage, and the contraband that washes into her no matter what. She is too full and overflowing, and no one saw this coming like no one saw Calgary flooding, even though every single one of us should have. 5 days ago, she spilled over the boardwalk and flooded the power plant in Queens Quay, and we all got into Twitter fights about the waterfront. 6 days ago, she clept over the lakeshore and drank up Union Station, and we called New York City because remember the hurricane. We found new places to charge our devices. She smothered the beach. She bathed the train tracks, and Oshawa carpooled. She's not angry, even though she looks angry. She is full. She is full of sad. She wants us to see her and to see what we're doing to her and change. That's the same thing that Kwe wants, so I know both the problem and the solution, and I know how much brave solutions like these require.